We'll start this morning with some big breaking news, positive news for Arsenal.
Arsène Wenger, the legendary former Arsenal manager, has once again graced the spotlight, this time to welcome Arsenal's newest and most talked about signing Viktor Gyökeres. While Wenger hasn't held the reins at the Emirates since 2018, his opinion remains highly respected among fans, players, and pundits alike. And when the iconic Frenchman speaks, the footballing world listens. His recent public endorsement of Arsenal's £85 million capture of Gyökeres sent waves of excitement through the fan base and cemented the idea that the North London club is entering a new, formidable era. Wenger, who built his reputation by scouting and developing some of the world's most talented players including Thierry Henry, Cesc Fabregas, Robin van Persie, and more, spoke glowingly about the Swedish striker during a surprise appearance at an Arsenal media event. His comments reflected not only admiration for the club's latest acquisition but also deep belief in the trajectory Arsenal is currently on under Mikel Arteta. "Viktor is a striker of real presence and purpose," Wenger began. "You can see in his movements, his decision-making, and the way he attacks space that he has the instincts you want from a centre-forward. He reminds me a bit of the classic striker, strong, clever with his positioning, and with a keen eye for goal. Arsenal have done very well." Those words resonated with the fan base, especially coming from the man who shaped Arsenal into a global powerhouse. Many supporters immediately drew comparisons to Wenger's past forward acquisitions, with some even daring to hope that Gyökeres might fill the long-standing void left since the days of Henry and Van Persie. The tone of Wenger's remarks wasn't just nostalgic, it was approving. It was the seal of approval from a man who once revolutionized English football. Since departing as manager, Wenger has remained connected to the sport, working in global football development roles and staying closely in tune with the evolution of clubs across Europe. Despite not being involved in the club's day-to-day affairs, his affinity for Arsenal has never wavered. So when he expresses approval of a signing, especially one as high-profile and expensive as Gyökeres, it sends a powerful message: the project at Arsenal is earning the respect of even its most distinguished figures. "I've been watching this team closely over the past few years," Wenger continued. "They are growing, they are learning, and most importantly they are believing. That belief is essential, especially in young squads. Arteta has built a structure, a culture, and now with the addition of Viktor, they add a missing piece. You need a forward who can lead the line with aggression and intelligence. Viktor is that player." The reaction across social media was immediate. Hashtags like Wenger knows, welcome at Gyökeres, and Wenger approves trend across Arsenal fan channels. Fans rejoiced in hearing their former boss speak positively, and many took it as a spiritual passing of the torch from the Wenger era to the Arteta era. While the two managers differ in style and temperament, they share a deep love for attractive, attacking football built on intelligence and teamwork. Wenger didn't stop at just talking about Gyökeres. He spoke at length about Arteta's influence, praising the Spaniard for his bravery in sticking to his philosophy during difficult moments. There were times, especially during his early tenure, when it would have been easy to abandon the plan. But Mikel stayed true. And that's the hallmark of great leadership. Now you are seeing the results. He went on to applaud the club's recruitment strategy, crediting Edu Gasper and the backroom staff for identifying not only talented players but those who match the club's values. "You see players like Saka, Saliba, Martinelli, Rice, they are not just technical, they are strong mentally. That is what Arsenal needed, and now with Viktor joining, it's a sign of maturity in recruitment. It's not just about buying stars, it's about building a team." These words added further legitimacy to Arsenal's new approach. Unlike the chaotic transfer windows of the post-Wenger era, This Arsenal operates with precision. The acquisition of Viktor Gyökeres wasn't a panic buy, it was a calculated, deliberate move. The club had monitored him for months, and after an explosive season at Sporting CP, in which he scored 43 goals and provided 15 assists, he was deemed ready to lead the line in the Premier League. Gyökeres' own reaction to Wenger's comments was humble and heartfelt. In a short interview after training, he was asked about the legend's praise. With a smile, he responded, "It means a lot. Mr. Wenger is a legend not just at Arsenal but in football. To hear those words from him is inspiring. I want to give my best for this club, and hopefully, I can make him proud." It's clear that Gyökeres understands the weight of the badge he now wears. The Emirates Stadium expects greatness from its strikers. Names like Henry, Wright, Bergkamp, and Van Persie are etched into the club's history. While Gyökeres is carving out his own path, the support he has received from the fans, the club, and now Wenger himself has created a powerful momentum behind him. Back on the Emirates pitch, Gyökeres has already begun training with the squad. Reports from within the club suggest he has hit the ground running, impressing with his physicality, finishing, and leadership. Arteta has reportedly already begun tactical drills to integrate him into the fluid attacking patterns Arsenal deploy. While the squad remains tight-lipped about starting 11s and formations, sources close to the club indicate that Gyökeres could be ready for action as early as the Community Shield clash. But for now, the biggest win may not be on the pitch, it's in the narrative. Wenger's approval represents more than a nice headline. It's a unifying moment for a fan base that has seen its share of ups and downs over the last decade. For years, Arsenal fans were told they had fallen behind. That the top players no longer chose them. That the club lacked ambition. But now, they are watching one of Europe's most prolific forwards walk through their doors, not for money, not for status, but because he believes in the project. Wenger summarized this shift perfectly in his closing comments: "Football is about cycles. There are highs and lows. But the most important thing is identity. Arsenal never lost theirs. They may have wandered, but they remain true to their roots. Today, with this squad, with Mikel, with Viktor, you can feel it. The club is alive again." As the press event wrapped up, there was an air of satisfaction, not just for what has been achieved, but for what is coming next. The presence of Wenger, the backing of a legendary voice, and the arrival of a potential superstar all combine to suggest that something special is building at Arsenal. Whether Viktor Gyökeres becomes a Premier League icon remains to be seen. But one thing is already certain: he has arrived at a club ready to fight, ready to dream, and, with the blessing of Arsène Wenger, ready to rise. The stage is set, the crowd is watching, and the newest gunner has the world at his feet.